chirurga birana chirandu kunade kacherandu birana chedadu na wibade kachedu anong kuwe bajak pinyo kam koy korer chel koy ran chirandu kunade kacherandu echet ranader na wibade kachedu tanga poito aywa apoito ben ying mede madu kumede ranader do bad bayanye japega kangliap tanga poito Mari chulang tuk aywa, maro lang tuk benyi nani na tu dia kanana in madya. Mari chulang tuk benyi nani rana ter kaya rande enan. Mari chulang tuk, maro lang tuk benyi nani na tu dia kanana in madya. Mari chulang tuk benyi nani rana ter kaya rande enan. Mari chulang tuk, runtin asyerun berkang liap aywa adu. Awenga tok bianye aywa runkun acherun berkang dul aywa kandia bapoy tok bayanye aywa mari chulang tok manja de chuk aywa mari chulang tok bayinye tok aywa mari chulang tok nyanja de chuk aywa mari chulang tok bayinye tok aywa mari chulang tok den nong iran don tet gen bilo ikadio apira we chakarsal karsal ipade bangago we chiluban Kalawa, biwaro iti bed makana bed maruk aywa bed maruk tel ko kayo de kanmol aruruk angwangong badal banang koy dwit banang e koy ko ya log wa jokin ajanmol adu fel ajanmol ajanmol Bayanye japega kangliap Konga poito Mari chulang tuk aywa Maro lang tuk benyi nani na tu dia kanana in madya Mari chulang tuk benyi nani rana ter kaya rande enan Mari chulang tuk Maro lang tuk benyi nani na tu dia kanana in madya Mari chulang tuk benyi nani rana ter kaya rande enan Mari chulang tuk Acherun berkang liap aywa adu awenga tok bianye aywa runkun acherun berkang dul aywa kandia bapoy tok bayanye aywa mari chulang tok manja di chuk aywa mari chulang tok bayinye tok aywa mari chulang tok nyanja di chuk aywa mari chulang tok bayinye tok aywa mari chulang tok den nong iran don tet gen bilo ikadio apira we chakarsal ipade bangago we chiluban ti kalawa biwaro we chibet Professor K, lecturer. Producer, you know.
By the way, Salam alaikum. We bakangam to South Sudanese community for what happened in our Calgary here recently is really sad. Justice must be served for our sons that lost his life. This is what happened to us. We South Sudanese around the world, we are facing the tragic in our faces every day. And this is one of the saddest things that we are facing around the world. And that is why we are always fighting for peace in order for us to think when you know you cannot have any help in those countries, you have to go back home. You rather die home when you are peaceful around your people than just being tortured and you die because of simply dog or cat. Now, if I talk too much about this, I will be hung out again. So let me mind my business because this world is a problem. Kawajare ka chile ya gong agwo ka kena ka lweli nyale waten chik pieng pat ka ngi ka tuam ka tar ka loy ke ka ngany ka tar kula ku tik away. You are sleepy on the eyes left. Me to sleep, my brother. Are you serious? Do you know what time I sleep? I only give myself 2 hours, 3 hours are enough for someone like me. If you see me quiet here, not appearing in social media, I'm somewhere loitering. There is a lot of places where because I wait to share Facebook and I wait to if you are not aware, there is Kalaba Agwich, there is TikTok Agwich, there is Snapchat Agwich, there is Messenger Agwich, there is WhatsApp Agwich, there is Instagram Agwich. Wage is everywhere in the social media. Don't think Facebook. The key way I think Facebook, I must be around those husbands that call TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. So we are everywhere. Salam alaikum guys. We got Paul. I just moved the pen where you know been the do work to especially Monjing. I am here for Monjing in this case. Kena la jal ka kai ko lo ka ke lo wai tartin ai wa ke gai du finus ai wa mwan yang dan nai cho la con ka lo ke lo wai tartin ken we ya mi kala a chi ja la wa ga mana chu ki wa to ka ten Facebook kwa chi gar wa gi ele wa ra na lwe wa te ka yi gwai na lwe yi ka yi ngo de gwai na lwe yi ngo de gwai chi ran ngwen da lwe yi lwe da gwai chon ba ni ngo de gwai Banin gulala pen murkajin gwajinin na paji gwajin the pop. So gwe has become a song. It is no longer what. So chuk ben man alwela buga palpanan because wa kid. Kaloka kilo gwajtartin aiwa kid mayari jal golatin kwe kadang e met kayen. Mariang may char binya ngi lo ka lo gwaji. Kid maya. Taya my president. You did a great job but jur mi fiong koi war yang ok. I war young oak, pay nom for years. Could be the talk. With younger year by at being taken him come on road suit by a jet white man in their land. Very good. This is one of the achievements I want the Loboga proud and la no put on my charbala kula lord. In our way no can I young reface. Ular bin a lord pia indu. Penya wen penjur matiang lora kai chengi bayar ke jala dia kanim kulel gala wakbar tudung kuyub jaras dirwak South Sudan wa ginubin wa ga pet na cha ga pet kakani jikir ma ya loy bled ware juro yo ga bit bla be na bit katar bo dia chol hallelujah ko chol ko ga che pun met bak ban de wadir bakir ma ya le ku ngor got ginubin lang ni madil. This is what is happening in South Sudan. Hak mwanjang a chetor na yo mwanjang kala ko pet kilo ko jabet ku ben mwanjang da tiden. Ena da manina nyua kule mwanjang a loy another thing, another remark. That was a biggest remark. Even though I was silent, I don't bet me damn a lord kini kula yes. Then mwanjang a dear could dear I do lek in dear ben ka di chol panarab dear up bangij bamam ko bangij jaran my chara ci ben koy wa ka chwa ba ke jip a ci bana du ko lom ka ba na jiran ko ga lu sign. And one of the great achievement. Good job Kirmaya. Allow Burman a beer, Q Karioja Bena, Q Kaichol, Kadalogo, a beer, Q Gangi, Naira, and a Tartuania, Katui at Arnial Kangi by Ben. Kangi, you a tweet Arnial Piranda. This is one of the great things you have done. But quite chapka the red carpet coming go, you I check a lor, I check a quite red carpet. Adal Hoiku. Lakin a Taki, you came my heart and a chimney panja, you know, a milk yaka thing, you reach a quite lorpa. You ray lorka like a mother. A milk you panja, you know, so then and chick of Ben Yabi where our lord, we were tear campaign could take away a bureau da low humble. Can a good a great achievement. I took why jump to a duke to Warawa, your son Bukaga Yanni. We used to have sons left over Sakario Kanyan, but nowadays we eat together in the same plate. That yours is a great achievement, my dearest people of South Sudan. Even if you are seeing people loitering around here saying there is no peace of South Sudan, Murphy peace, Murphy peace. It's already there, peace is already in South Sudan if you don't know. Salam for of Sudan, Nala quite come look why you turn Facebook, a work up quite from Nala or any work up more. Well, we should doctor the great telephone fees of Africa in Egypt. Doctor the Chichun can talk to them, join us enough day run just to get $100 to survive. Cayenne by even by Junubin if you are not aware. And let me tell you this. To our nowadays, it is no longer the war, the gun war only. Abora baka kwai kaithar. Zalzala baka kwai kaithar. Karaja gwit nyale ya gwit kena gwit kwa jirun kai ya chaka irana lwela narana leka dit pola kwa baba lwel beko. Kai ngai rodi mbwa RIP. Be careful. Be careful. This world is fighting. Even God is fighting the wrongdoers. God is also fighting. Abora kwai kai around the world. Thunder kwai kai around the world. Anga dien choko no dio. Kakun dia kara ideal ka chol kan natural resources. A great pin. A keep hana dang and gwayerot. So we kwa jalela we ga liab communities nim. You are confusing the communities. Just know yourself. You are not free. Ine cha free cha kirma yare lo karia kirma yala chok nyali. Nyali war chel we la Joshua. Joshua. Ta chiran chol Moses ran chol John garang na chi jal ka in Joshua. Dama bel tok ba kai lo hap. Damn, promised land. We are in a promised land, and this promised land is a land that is gifted to us, we the people of South Sudan. And it is through the Joshua of South Sudan, that is President Salva Kiir Mayardit. Now, here are a lot of painted that you have another angle, that you are creating a problem, you are a politician. Even Dr. Garang Demabior already prophesied before, Galita German when? It's Alpha Canada, Alpha America, Alpha Australia, Alpha UK. When you get education without understanding what you studied, then you come, you want the power of South Sudan. Where are you going to take it? Who are you in South Sudan? Who are you? Kai warka ka roi kathar ping panja junu bi roi kathar. Ake koi ngor ka bu bai pan ngana bi rusa for years. Ko bu bai bambe. Na la koi lu ka koi kathar ten in social media. This is where Iran ben bunyan ka chwat tok pinyi tapap. Na chika kwat tok pinyi tabap ka yo ben burod ya ngah kule wala we are this my community and me my community and me. If you ask him, do you have a wife? My friend, the bottle is the closest wife they have. These people, ask them, do you have a wife? Ka kwai ba ya patila na chi patila kwai ka kwai jong kwai ko kwai jong ang ye ke na tot ki ai ka lwel kan ke diar ken jok ra ke we ang ye mi da kwai kwai ko ga kwai patila pana yer ten they left the women ku diara kwai ro. So what we are saying here, if you want the country called South Sudan, first go there. Ba won du non kun pi nyo ja kang wir ku jo chobu tok ba ja lwela Kiir Mayar ye ga ban ku bu ga ja ti cha bakana cha bu ka bakana cha bu tin kai ku a chan wi ba ye ban bakana al club al bamul inside for your social media. Don't think that if you bamba boo like Akuach Wol here, that you will become a president tomorrow. In order for me to claim for my office, I need to be there in South Sudan for 10 years while struggling with the people, understanding their situation. That is what will make me a leader. But right now, I'm not a leader. Right now, you are backing like me. I'm not a leader. Even if you put on a necktie, a clean necktie with a good suit, that will not make you be a leader of South Sudan. Keep that in your head. This land is a land promised to us by God, to the people of South Sudan when we suffered in Egypt. If you know you are those tribes that were suffering in Egypt, that land is yours. If you leave it for somebody to destroy it for you, you are foolish. You are very, very stupid and dumb. If you are not stupid and dumb, after you are struggling in Egypt, God opened the Red Sea and said, go in a promised land. The land that you will have everything. You will have oil, gold, diamond, everything. Yes, we struggled on the way. And John Garang died on the way, and God said what? Joshua, take over. Take the people to the promised land. We have the promised land today. And that is a land everyone is seeing and is thinking that they will jump there. Someone like you and I know you are my worst enemy, and you are the people that always close me out because you people think that you own the app. But my voice can be heard everywhere. Even if I open the radio of South Sudan and tell them, please put my voice there to reach the people on the ground, that is a good thing. The land is a promised land. The land promised to the people of South Sudan. And the people of South Sudan are those tribes that suffered in Egypt. The people that suffered in Egypt. So if you were not from Egypt there, you cross to Sudan and then to South Sudan. Please behave in South Sudan. Behave. You must learn to behave. Stop saying Dinka tribe are the problem. We are not a problem. We are not a problem. In fact, you need to understand one thing. Uganda, that neighboring country that we always favor, that we always run to, that we always go and beg them for help. Uganda was named according to Buganda Kingdom. Buganda Kingdom is not bigger than the Dinka community. Let me tell you. Buganda Kingdom is not bigger than Dinka community or Dinka nation in South Sudan. Dinka nation can double or triple or multiply Buganda Kingdom into 10 or 20. And it was named as Buganda according to the people of Uganda, the Muganda, Abuganda. Buganda, they are the one who named Uganda according to their own people because they struggled for liberation of Uganda. That was what the first step the Ugandan did, the Baganda did. The Baganda forced the other tribe living in Buganda Kingdom to call country as Buganda Kingdom, Uganda, and it was accepted. Not that. They make the capital city to be in their region. The capital city of Buganda, that is called Kampala, is Umpala. Umpala da Khazal, ze Barakazal Betana da. Umpala, Khazal ze Barakazal Betana. They name it according to their own people. Umpala. They took Kampala there because they are the one who struggled for liberation of Uganda. It is not that alone. They also imposed the language of Buganda Kingdom. How many languages there are in Uganda? Leave alone those languages in the northeast, in northern Uganda. Talk about the western Uganda, talk about the eastern side. But they only use a Buganda language. You go to the market, you speak Luganda, you speak English. Because you are living in Kampala. You find some people here, some tribe here that are always preaching the hatred toward the Dinkas. You have to understand this. Buganda Kingdom only formed with NDP of their son, Kabaka Ika, forming with their son, and later on they name all Buganda Kingdom. Buganda, Amuganda, Baganda, and then Umpala, Kampala. Now you come and blame the Dinkas. If the Dinka turned the South Sudan to be changed, to be named as a Dinka country, is it a problem? Is it a problem? Do you see any problem there? But because we love everybody, we value everybody, this is why we refuse to use the word Dinka country, Dinka as a country, but we use it. We use South Sudan to symbolize all of us. Uganda did. The Kikuyu of Kenya, they took the capital in their land. They took the capital in their land. Not only that, They also continue to make their tribe, the language, the Swahili. Swahili is a mixture of what? Of Kikuyu language and the coastal language. That a mixture of Arabic and Italian, all these people that were living along the coast. That is the Kiswahili today that you see is been spoken in East Africa. So for us, we the Dinkas, when we are trying to speak our language in our own land, people get intimidated and they start insulting. When we say we are living together, when you go to Kenya, the closest country that you are living, our neighboring communities, the land is owned by the government. Even when you want to cultivate your own crop, you have to buy a piece of land in order to cultivate, and you are the citizen of that country. Look at South Sudan. Somebody that is from the corner of Eastern Equatoria is coming to claim the land of where? Of Central Equatoria, because he's what? He's not a Dinka. Somebody from another tribe from Barakazal that is a non-Dinka is coming to claim the Equatorial land is our land. Somebody from Upper Nile that is not Dinka is coming to claim the land of Equatoria that is our land, and they are saying Dinka is grabbing our land. First define yourself. Where are you coming from? Ita jamin wen. Ita al-Gabila bugul, ita denga jashala rad bitak. Ita jamin wen. That's my question. You are coming from the Western Equatoria, sit in your territory. Address your problem to the government, not to the Dinka. Your problem should go directly to who? To the government, not to the Dinka. If you are in Upper Nile, sit down in your land. Question yourself, how did you get there in Upper Nile? Ta wusilte inak fi Upper Nile cave. Huh? And then you have to ask yourself, when you are living there, whom did you find before you? Whom did you find before you? When you give those answers, there you will come and address the problem to the government, not to the Dinka. If you want the Dinka to address your issues, then please, let us turn the country called South Sudan to be the Dinka nation, to be the Dinka country first. Then we turn the government into the Dinka by removing the non-Dinkas out of the government and give it to the Dinkas. And then we'll address your problem properly. We will understand what is going on in every corner of South Sudan. Otherwise, if you are living in those corners of South Sudan, and you were welcomed by the Dinkas, then you come back and you start trying to fight with the Dinkas that are innocent. They're right there, you are touching the Dinka people. I am a Dinka child. Pure Dinka. I am pure Dinka. If I have some mixture of a little bit of Jurchol in my blood, then Jurchol that are living in Barkazal are Dinkas. Let them be talking because they are Nilotes. And when they are coming out of the Nilotes, they were the birth of the Dinkas, gave birth to them, and then they become who they are. They are our sons. So I will still claim myself a pure Dinka. I am a pure Dinka from the great ancestors of Egypt to Khartoum to South Sudan. When I say Khartoum, I mean the Khartoum, the whole South Sudan. So if you don't know your ancestors, don't come and intimidate me, calling me that I am a government. I don't have any position in the government of South Sudan. I am also fighting with that government. That government does not belong to Dinkas. Don't let yourself be misled, you people, you Dinkas especially. Don't let yourself to be misled. If you are seeing your fellow Dinkas being killed, and you start saying that, no, it is because of our government. This is not our government. It's the government of South Sudan. If they want the government to be for Dinkas, give it. Go, take all your son. Yeah, Gaibol, take all your uncles that are in the government. First of all, go sit down. And let me replace you. The rest that are having the uncle, take all your uncles. And let me replace them with my uncle and let us rule you. Then you will see if you have issues. Like the way we rule SPLA. When we are ruling SPLA, some of you run to Shumal and bring the guns, kill us. We don't complain. We say, well, bye, Papa and baby. Liberate your nation. And this is why the Dinkas were divided. Some of them were living in Shumal in order to help those mothers that husbands were in the bush to fight. To say that, no, please, leave them. To raise those kids in order to know later on you have a nation that you are fighting. Some They are put in the bush to be fighting for the liberation. This is why some like us grew up with no mothers, no fathers around us. It is because of this the same country that you have your uncle, your aunties, your mothers around you, seeing them every day. And you fail to grow up like somebody who has a mother. And me who don't have a mother and a father. You are coming here to tell me that I am a problem. I will teach you how to know where is your problem is coming from. I will teach you. Don't worry. Just be there because you grew up to become very old. Even everything in your body change and you still don't understand. How did the Dinka get the country called South Sudan? How? This is a question you should be asking. Ajabugula Dinka de Dinka the Nile da liga land between Sudan the cave. Ligina cave. We did not beg. We did not beg. The whole world was seeing when we are killed in a missile, like the way the Ukrainians are dying in their country when they have been fooled by America, telling them that please, you will be the NATO, we will protect you when the fight comes. They say, no, we are protecting our partners. And they left them out to die. They are struggling and they say our troop will send them, we will wait for them. This is what happened to us. This is what happened to us. We have been mistreated from the Shumal government of Arab. When all of you are calling yourself Moses, Muhammad, Yusuf, Abdullah, Sahara, Shunukulu, Sakadna. We kept quiet. We kept quiet as if we don't know. My dear Dinkas, please hear this. Any problem that is going to happen, put it on me because I'm going in the future with them. I will go where the future of hatred is. I will go there. Even if that hatred will take us to exile of laws, I will enter in that exile. I will enter myself there and I will question them. I'm not scared of nobody. And I'm not even scared of the death. If the death took my mother, took my father, who am I? I will die like a princess. So keep it in your head. I'm not scared of any motherfuckers that think that they will come and question me here. Share it. Don't fear. Stop being coward because these useless people will never leave you in peace. Mabu kalukum. Kawafinda lotu kaletu matu kululo man hagiga fu yunu mabu kalukum dukun in peace. Your peace is very important. Let me go with my madness with them. Ijebu kalamfare nadim kalamfare because I stay all day. And I need somebody to put my nonsense onto. So who am I? You people who are peaceful, go to church and pray. Nowadays the church is no longer, God is not listening to those nonsense in the church because we have fake pastors. Those fake pastors are the one that are many in South Sudan in every corner. Tukumbal Gwamina Gadin Busolo Tanin Dugo Muhammad. Del Kadabinu Katalin. Kadabinu Katalinu Yal Haram. Karabo Baledna Butajun of Sudan then. Another thing that I need to tell these motherfuckers. Those fake pastors. Kutukwasu Balku. Katilwai Denka. Katilwai Denka Mabin in Tazuru Leia Hakuma. When I said Hakuma, it includes the President Salva Kiir. When I'm saying Akuma, I mean President Salva Kiir and all your fucking Vice President Kulokum. Katil wa denka udenka tani ya in benu bleed, tablit. If you are not a fool, you will not just see your brother being killed. And you have something to protect. My friend, you did not pick the gun for this country in order to liberate someone is us. First of all, your mother come first. Ummak awal wa buk awal. Kusumai zol bishubni zol gabali. Wilita lor kwara de dam wen mamene Equatoria. Lor kwara una chan wa chanda de yalmunu de madam Equatoria gale kum de dam shinu. Equatoria gada gale kum de kabila. Equatoria is not a kabila. Those useless people come in to turn our land into something called tribe. They forget their tribe. I will help you to find your tribe where you belong. Lari to kuma barfin kabila bataku. The good thing about it, you cowards are hiding in clubhouse. They are mal charmata garden to do sufogu. They are mal bisharmu to fogu. Kalami was in clubhouse. Whenever I don't go there, my voice is playing there in your head. It's very good. You think you will abuse us mentally and you go free. Who told you? Who told you will come and abuse us mentally and then you walk away? As if you think I have the blood pressure that I need to worry. As if you think that I have any sickness that I need to be worried about. My friend, everything is low. And whatever I do give you high. So keep it in your head. Keep it in your head in the capital letters. Ya Sharamit. Keep it in your head in the capital letters. Don't always telling us, Umad Betana, our women are rape, our women. Means the man, Pakana, woman, Munudel Kulu, they are talking about rape. If your mother was raped 1970s, please. The current husband that we have, they don't rape. We get free pussy because women are many. A lot of women are many. They need all Benikuma gathering. Woman gathering Benikubadum be cucumbers. And you are here telling us our women are rape. Our rape yatu. The rape takum tazaman al kuskan belogo betap. Betasa da kuz ya bajik. Bajik fukashimba beta. Kuzalela. You people that are documenting nonsense. Gulu le kawaja betakum da kuz beta lela beta Africa. Eta balgobe majan fukashimba beta. It is no longer you looking for it. During those years, the Dinkas married women with 200 cows. Nowadays, a woman marry you. Those one in the West, you are seeing them. They run to Africa with 10,000. They marry, they give it to their boyfriend. Go buy cows and marry me. So we deliver the pussy nowadays. It is delivered at the door. And you are telling us there is a rape happening. What kind of a lie are you saying? What kind of a lie? This kind of the lie is the reason South Sudan is not having peace. Because you listen to nonsense people. Those one who get the pussy being delivered to them for free. If you ask them, how much did you marry your wife? How much is your bride price? They will not tell you. Not even £1. They did not pay for it. Some of them are feeding themselves. And as Emmanuel Ajawin. Asal Emmanuel Ajawin, who's zawai martu? Hal. Zawai mara beto God for jambu? No. Mazawaju. This idiot is sleeping in a single mother's house. Someone's house that is having a full bed. The mattress we are malo bas jib zubu. Malo jib zubu bas. Aziba be beautiful. Zubu bas. If you people are complaining about the rape, yala una sawin al garden be zubuta inaida. Zibala sick there. Why are you going to take their cases? To who? To Kawaja Lemunu? Because Katir Bataman and the garden Beniku Badum be zibinai. So Equatorian, you need to answer my question before you've been loitering around about your grandmothers that we have been fucked long time ago. You need to answer me. Some of you are having tulbalasik dildo. You end up forward betakum guide na garden to Niku Bad Kumbo. Hal question betai, it took Shitasa Kawaja. Dildo then nigana by force. Waleta shunu lanta mashat be to be group beta. You people, you need to stop supporting the nonsense. The nonsense will not make South Sudan go forward. I am telling you the truth. Sharamid al bajikum be zajini del hajaso buga jalafit. Ya kida bunu bende for jalfit. Who one you know mazola la use ashan kida ballot is going down. What is taking our country down? The grandmothers don't want to retire from having sex. Very true. They don't want to retire. Maderi retirement at all. Zaman tugul kalam ni kutabal gamara la juz bugul. Ya mama, waledi kada tala jata go to that tal gulu for yauda betai. Fikure nangare fogu na fogu mulat fogu akil fogu chai fogu chunu. Eya jaba mululo. Ashan kidasa banat zatu. They are begging boys. Young girls are begging boys and you are there listening to them telling you that, hey, da repu mumad betana gulo ya mama, ana benapsi de lezol chane jireban. You are struggling to find a husband. And they are there telling you you have been raped, so don't go to Dinkas. Dinkas are bad people. Who told you? Nako na Dinka demen zaman, kusum debuga taban, Dinka madera jal buga ufral karab. Kala buga jainu gulule chante kaliu. Let them fool you. Let them continue to fool you. Because they know when their road is blocked, they will block the road of others. This is what we have, the current hit rate of South Sudanese. The current hit rate. My friend, if I find the Equatorian that is a fine man, I will go with him. Why do I care? If he want to bring his hit rate toward my house, I will beat him up. But Aladinu, Zajana Equatoria Btakumda Ujira Bara Ana Mataratu. I did not say, will you go? Ubaro yajira nada police le. I didn't call police. If you ask him now, Bugulu Leko. I didn't call police. Oh, he's the one who called the police and ran away from my house. Is it my problem? Because he knows I am a woman with my own words. You want to fuck around, I teach you lessons. Zamantat labara ya janamara. Ita mabaji for your oil betide logo got to squeeze your balls after Rajan. This is what happened. My question is simple. Al Gadin Benumuma Rujal Balasiku nas cucumbers. Where are you going to take your report? To who? Report Betakum that are you going to ask the garden that garden, please, the cucumbers that you sold it to me is now becoming a problem. We are not gonna fraserir by force. So please put it in document. Ya Thomas Yarilo. Cucumbers buka gad beniga nina. Natunu garden beniga nina. Sharma tabatakum is too much and you guys need to know the truth. The truth is the truth. Not to Gulena, we are rape. You want to destroy the country with the lies. It took Maratu Sharamit, they had to go to Junub Sudan, Gal, they were for rape. It took Yabaga get rape with Rujal Zato. Zol give Kus Barabas Fukashimbable Raja. Bas Tabal Gazol got for Jambaba Tazol. Even you add food, you add money. We are seeing you crying here in social media. When you are crying here, whether Benia Dinka or Benia Katoria or Benia Nuer, it took get crying in Bekala Maulat Sukar. You deliver your pussy with your money too. Kusako gurush. Kulu. Zol mashabe gurushu ya dila wala sakar. Kusu kamale majano gurush zado fogu. We took garden to complain in these sanctuaries where you people are doing things that we are seeing. Even we pray that God, why didn't you make me be a man in this difficult time? Why God? Why you didn't make me be a man in this difficult time? In order to get the money from these old women that are working so hard to feed us, to feed men. And you are there putting it as a big report every day. Banan betana girepu, anina girepu, namo nina bo, dinka degi niga nina, dinka niga nas. They are tukum gulu kol mayom dinka niga nig utukum gilumu guruji dizol gilumu guruji madaria sadja now. Madaria sadja gilumu guruji kutu zamani logo jira wen jira for Khartoum lo ma jira for Khartoum fi Misr. Deraja beniku. Loma le go jira fu etukum na sawin al kubardel. You are so corrupt. Very, very corrupt. We want money from those men and you are making it free with additional money to them. And you are now telling us there is a rape happening in South Sudan. Are we serious? Are we being serious? That is one case. I am done with that. Go do your research and tell me the answer. I will come tomorrow. Another thing they are complaining. We don't want cows. The cows in South, we don't want cows in Equatorial land. We don't want cows. Whom do you want in Equatorial land? What do you want in Equatorial land? Juzur detu kumamaltu inag de kan deren tajid daba munushan yakul. Juzur al gadin faswak bata Equatoria dekulu. Dekan galgat kum yabam shibigata ya kutufu suk le mula. Walde kan kuskum de ya begata ya kutufu suk. Juzur da dinka kataw nak. Juzur da gad min zamana jidat kum del jazar del gadin fogu. Da kan shinu gadin ya kulu inak fumalda. Dama bakar. Isn't it a cow? Ya gadin fi maladel. So please my friend, we need to be honest sometime. Stop pampering useless people because simply galon in Equatoria we are one people. Then you run after them. When they are confusing you, ta gadin ta mabunum budun lam. Ta balgatanin lam kulu kasha fusununum. Sunun malian belam bugula nina ma derin bagar gale ku bagar lam da gadi bol common wen. You need also to be taught. Do you need me to educate you that bagar ade ya lam, that the cow is the meat? You need that education too. You need that education. God, the cow is the meat that you eat. And even kawaja in cannot live without the meat. They have meat. They have meat. And you find some people there complaining, you know, we don't want cow, we don't want cow, we are eating cow. You are eating cow in your house. And you are here arrogantly talking. And me, myself, I'm maganakul bagar. A makul zol kakul bagar. Yaki sharmata de mati jibulena. Mati jibulena sharmata de. Tabamul mula korofo de bechunu. Etabamul mula bosigo de bechunu. Ita ba mula bam ya de beshunu mula kombo de beshunu da kan bangut da ma belam, my friend. We need to be honest. The only thing you need to say is that let us work the systematic way. Systematic way will come about the agreement of the community where the cows are. and then the new community that move their cows in your land, that will agree. That agreement will come when the government put the strategies, open up the ranch. Those ranch will keep the cows. And those cows, when they are living in the ranch, you pay the tax. When they tax those cows, somebody that cannot pay the tax will sell the cows and go home. If not, marry some idiot like me. Understand? Like someone like me, idiot like me, if your cows are useless, then what are you doing with it? Pay it to my family. They know where to keep them. And let me be your noisemaker in your house. You don't need a radio. Period. If not, put it in Jezur. Kutu for Jezur. Kutu for Jezur, kulu zoli akul fogu. Kutu for Jezur. Let it be business. You don't want mal. The mal but a bullet. In East Africa, we study animals. And those animals that we are talking, not wildlife. There is a difference between animals living with the people and the wildlife. When animals that are living with the people, those are the domestic economic that generating to the people. Like your cow. Bagara da mahim. Asa banate katorin tani mabaga gizo juman be gurush. Zaman ki jada janatet. Jibu kurene. Jibu yeden beta koko. Wala jiblena korofo. Jiblena molodo. Mabaga be molodo. Bugo be bagara nowadays. If you don't know, tell them. Your elders need to tell you that we move from molodo. Waja de buga sera kiz. Aja buga fogu asa. Nina gibaga gizidu fogu. Jarakis beta marisa. Anina buga gizidu fogu bukarat ze kamsa bagara ginadu. Gana mayat kaman buga gizidu fogu. Gana mayada kan baramu kutungwen. Fiyatumura. Fiyatumura. So we need to be honest. We cannot make an issue if you fail to man up enough to be a leader of South Sudan. Don't make excuses. Those are just excuses of fake people and useless people who cannot even fight. They just sit down in social media and they create a fight of innocent people to go and die in the front line. Because you can, if you shoot down one cow of a dinka, that means you will face the consequences. It is just like this American here that value dog more than human being. They value dog more than a black man. So keep it in your head. A dinka that are in the bush, that are in the villages, they value cow is like a god, just like Indians. Indians, they respect God. They respect their cows. They worship their cows. And they value them. They treat them like God, just like we. I am proud dinka. And I am proud even if you see me useless. You cannot come with your £1 and you think you will marry a white. You have to pay cows. So the cows, the issue of cows should not be a campaign for those political parties that are hanging on the street of Facebook. On the street of Clubhouse. This is what they do. They wake up in the morning with a bottle of beer. And then they sit down. Clubhouse nowadays, even if you did not brush, it's not a problem. You find them there at 4 a.m. in Clubhouse. Kusuma denka, aldenga jaba karabetana, dina denka, wadenga, ubaden masha kushu, masha kul bagara. Umabasa nafsu kawaja bukut bagara. And you are trying to reduce our economy. And you should say thank you, Dinkas. Because the oil is in a Dinka land. The oil of South Sudan is in a Dinka land. Now, and is a source of income in South Sudan. The main source of income in South Sudan. The cows are in a Dinka land. The cow we are eating are not coming from nowhere, but from Dinkas. That is another second economic that Dinkas are contributing to South Sudan. Human beings are protecting the security of South Sudan. 80% or 90% are Dinkas protecting. They are sleepless to protect you so that you have a life. And you are here complaining, you run in the bush during daytime, 9 hours. You go take a picture, you send it to your uncles. Say, South Sudan is not secure. This is another new game. The people are begging from the Western people. I was there in South Sudan in 2020. Ana kuta fi Junub Sudan 2020. Itu lo enda kumishkila utagabalia letu kumgadin fasuak sawa. Why are you living in the same market? Tabal gadinga ya fi jamba Likotoria, nunuar gad fi jamba Likotoria, tu bishar mutu inu fi your social media. They are mistreating us. Why are you having the same market? I haven't heard that there is a market of Dinka, market of Likotoria, market of Nuer. You are living in the same market. You go to one church. The same churches. You go in every church, you find all tribe there making noises, closing their eye, praying for God to bring change, and yet they have hatred in their heart. Hey, ya Rabbuna in betray, Rabbuna Zalal Mai, Rabbuna Beti, God of heaven and earth, Junub Sudan, Wanina Welele, Galbudaja, it's different. This is the reason why we are suffering, because you are praying for somebody to suffer. You are forgetting your own blessing. So God will turn it to you, you also suffer. We are all suffering. Because so long as you are praying against the Dinkas are praying against you too. And we are now seeing the flooding appearing in the South Sudan, all corners. You are seeing the flood, the earthquake happening, and you be like, maybe this is what is happening. This is not Kujur. You are calling, you are fighting against the Dinka is fighting against you, whether by God or by witchcraft or by power or by everything. We are towing this country upside down through our nonsense and fake prayers that you people are shouting in every corner. There is church. Even here where we are living, you will find them closing their eye. They are praying for me because I am the new devil for them. Who cares? Do I care? Of course not. I will tell them the truth because for me, I know my communication with God is direct. Nowadays, I don't believe in those fake pastors. When I talk to God, I see changes. So what is the need? If I ask God for something and then God give it to me, do you think I will go to your pastor tomorrow to go and pray for me in order for me to have what I can have from God direct? Nah! Hell no! So my charge is in this house. So as long as I'm talking here, my God hear me and he answered my prayers. So I don't need to go anywhere. Why do I need a miracle? Yet the miracle is in my mouth and is in my hand and is in wherever that I go. So God live within me. My dear fake pastors, continue to pray. But God is watching you. This year is a year of truth. It is a year of truth. I told you, the year we are living in is a year of liberation for respect. Liberation of respect everywhere around the world. This is what the world is fighting. The world is standing upside down because of we lost the respect because the money is taking over the power. Gurush is becoming more powerful than the living. Somebody will just think that, okay, how much is my liver? How much is this? You go and sell it out in order to survive. And you don't know that when you are selling it out, you may even die before you enjoy the money that you had. Materialism, hatred, hunger, jealousy, lies, and all this kind of thing will go after the war that we created. This war is having the hand of God. So be careful, my people. Be careful. I is all galbu kabir fi shakala. Ita balga shakala fi jambabak. Jambabak. The problem you are looking for, you will just find it close in your corner. And you just wonder, how did you get it? So be careful. What else are they complaining? Our land is sold to Dinkas. Why the land is being sold to Dinkas? Dinkas are not foreigners. They are South Sudanese. They are South Sudanese. Are not just South Sudanese. They are the majority. Living in all 7 states. 8 states. So I don't see any reason there for you to say our land is sold to Dinkas and you want to compare us with the Kenyan, Ethiopian, Ugandan, Arabs, whites that are occupying buying land in South Sudan. We need to protect it. If the Equatorian are not protecting this land from selling it to the foreigners, we Dinkas must impose the laws to protect the land not to be sold to Equatorian, to non-South Sudanese. Instead of being non-Dinkas, non-South Sudanese, everyone is free. When we liberate the country, was for freedom of everybody. You go to Korea, you need land, buy. It is your right as a South Sudanese. I need land in Equatoria, I will buy. But in this case, I don't have any interest of buying land in Equatoria. Because I know one thing, my ancestors used to say, Jog Lodor, Jog Lodor, so why do I need to buy a land in where I know ancestors used to chase the bad thing? I will buy land in my own land. Like now, if I go to Gorial, even if I am the daughter of Gorial, I have to buy land. If you don't know about that. Even if I know this is the land of my grandfather, I have to buy it, I have to pay money in order to have it. I will not have it for free. I don't know how these people are calculating their math out of social media here, creating the problem of land. Our land is stolen. Me, if I go to Gorial, I know this was the land of my father, my great-grandfather, and everybody. I have to buy a land in order to own it. That's the law. Around the world, you don't own the land. You have to buy it. You have to have a papers. So if you believe that the land of Equatoria or certain land is yours, then go through the paperwork, through your Salatin. Elders, batakum fi. Stop talking about the elders of Dinkas. Talk about your own elders. Go through your land. Say this land was the land of my ancestors or my land of my grandfather. Give it to me. And then they have to check it. You pay the money, then you own the land. If you want to buy it, to sell it to whoever, is yours. That is how it works. For example, the father of my kid, when he went back to Western Equatoria, the land that belonged to his grandfather, he has to come with the papers to prove it that is his land. The land was given to him. And later the papers have been done and everyone, the neighbors, knows that this land belonged to their grandfather. It's the biggest land. Fogwa jinina fogwa ya masha tololo wadolo the hak batam da prejidum. Dam nubugula anina maderi. Barfin da yalu. So right now lo barenta la bugul dere dile yalu. Yali dal bugul ndu manafu Equatoria da prejidum. They are blood of Equatoria. Bomshi enough Western Equatoria, Sharamid to budget to go into good. Akuach is racist. Akuach is racist. Ya Sharamid, ana God, my alida lorquara, the dead madinka. Maaf dinka bugulo lorquara. I know borai. So they don't want but a balanda bore. Balanda bor, they are bugulo. I in borai, lorquara. Look after me. So my child is looking after me and will look after the land of Western Equatoria. So I stop generalizing. We Equatorian, we Equatorians, we Congodas. You be sitting and tell me which tribe are you? Right now I have a hak shani shat makum for your Western Equatoria de ana indi hak pog. And so kumanaja bugulu tukum tamulu for the batakum de yal betaidel. These are the hak, the blood. Blood of Bor. Equatoria is not the tribe. We need your tribe. If you are coming out here and say, which tribe are you? And tell us why are you so hateful toward the Dinka. Some of you are saying outside there, we need to poison. Last the normal of poisoning the Dinkas. We poison them. We poison their cows. Are you being serious? We have to be honest. When you are talking about poisoning somebody, God is watching you. God is watching you. You want to poison an innocent person for having a land, for keeping his cows in order to survive. Where were you when we are struggling in the bush, all of us living together? During the bush time, 21 years, we are living together. Whether Equatoria or Nuer or Dinkas, we are living together. What happened now? We have a country now, you are trying to say that so-and-so has to leave. Why? You need to stop saying that Akuma Devna, Akuma Dinka is not fair. Kirmayar is very fair. In fact, he's leaving other people to suffer because you want to be Jesus in every corner of South Sudan. Kirmayar need to stop. You need to stop being too nice to people. The country that is full of devil, you have to act like them because God said what? God said, answer a fool according to his own foolishness. That's the word of God in the Bible. The word of God in the Bible. God said, answer a fool according to his foolishness. God said, God help those who help themselves. The same Bible said, be the head, not the tail. Be the head. So, Kirmayar, you need to be the head and stop being the tail. The reason being I'm saying this. All the lands of Dinkas, they don't have services like Equatorian are having. Hospitals, they are not in any Dinka land, in any states. They are suffering. Roads, you will not find them in any Dinka land. The schools, you will not find them in any Dinka land. When I'm talking Dinka land, I'm talking about the 8 states where the Dinka are living. The current 8 states. If we are talking about 10 states of South Sudan, 8 states are all Dinkas. Apart from the few tribes living there in those 8 states. Those few tribes are nothing. I'm talking about Dinkas in 8 states. So President Salva Kiir, when you are pleasing only 2 states to have all the services, and they don't say thank you, my child can go in the basic school now more than somebody struggling in Barakazal, somebody struggling in Upper Nile. My daughter can go in good school. Me, I can go in good hospitals. I have a better road. Somebody is working far in Barakazal, far in Upper Nile, in every corner of Jungule or Unity State. They are struggling. They are working for 30 minutes to reach to their destination. 1 hour to reach to their destination because there is poor roads. And they are silent. Simply because there is something called Akotoria, who were quiet, who were hiding in Uganda, and they call themselves Inzebali Muganda. Sima nyere Mudinga bagamba chi. Inzesia Mudinga, Inzali Muganda. Abadinga wano sile mujunji. They were just saying all these kind of things. Just the way now the country has come out. Now they identify that, oh, this land resembles my grandfather's land. So, you so and so live. This land resembles my mother's land. Oh, my uncles used to live there. Some of them were born in Khartoum. They grew up there. Their mothers born there. They grew up, all of them there. Now they become old. And they are sitting here on social media. They are liberating without something they don't know. They just liberate. A liberation of mouth. This is what is happening in South Sudan now. Liberation of the mouth talking. Majority of those who are talking through bubble talk in social media, they never gone to South Sudan. They don't even know where is South Sudan located. Because they are born in Shumal, some are born in Uganda, some were born in Kenya, some were born in refugee camp of Kenya, Kakuma. Some were born where? In Ethiopia. Now you find them in America sitting comfortably with a bottle of beer. A good bottle of beer, and then they will start insulting the Dinkas. Because this is the one way. Because they heard somebody told them from South Sudan there, you know, Dinkas are the problem. If they are problem, why do you go in the same restaurant with them, you eat with them? Why do you have the same market? Why do you go in the same church? Why do you do things the same in South Sudan, and you are traumatizing these people here to go mad in Western countries? You South Sudanese living in diaspora, you are the one suffering more than those who are living down there, because they are just creating lies. Even if a dinka zatu, denga zayak zeda bukadiblek. Denka zayak bukadiblek shantar silo guru, because our people in South Sudan, majority of them, they already learned something called free stuff. Free food. Free drinking, free whatever, everything is free. So what do they do? And nowadays, you just create any kind of a drama. You get money. Because you are traumatized. We hear every story that have been said, and then you just implement it. You come, you are angry, you talk nonsense. Simply because your people, they told you they are suffering. What makes you suffer is when you fail to work for yourself. That's a pure suffering. There is no any government that will feed your house for years without you standing up and do something for yourself. They will not give you money. There must be a reason for them to feed you down. Either you are disabled or you are just struggling in order to find a job. They will force you to have a job. They will find a job for you in order to get your ass to work to provide for yourself. And then you are here. Tukum gadini na bezaj kol mayom. Aye, ebelet bitana wanana. Our people, they learn something called free. UN. They pamper UN so much. Oh, UN is feeding us. Thank the UN. We give the country to UN. What is UN feeding you? What is it feeding you? The gig, Madida, Zed, others. And you think that this is your God. Now you South Sudanese, you are calling it your God. Yet you can just cultivate your own food. You sell some and you keep some for you to eat. And you go buy something. And you can build a nice house. You sleep there and you force yourself to live in a camp. To live in a camp, simply you are getting free food there, Akil Majan. Akil Majan is a problem nowadays. We have majority of South Sudanese are living in a refugee camp because they don't want to work. You find most of them coming in the cities. They live in someone's house. They don't want to go. If you want a job, your job is not that you get everything. In Uganda, graduate, you will find him selling chapati. And out of that chapati will make it to a shop. You will find a graduate of Ugandan cleaning your nails. And out of cleaning the nails will have money to have a better business. In Uganda, you find a graduate selling the sugarcane. Out of that business of sugarcane, he will make a better service. Come to South Sudan. A graduate is automatically a politician and want to be a president of South Sudan. Automatically. A graduate will beg their people in diaspora in order to buy a nice phone, a good suit, to take a picture to show to somebody else. I am living in a hotel, the best hotel. Our problem, we fail to appreciate or we fail to acknowledge that we fail as we the citizen, because the country asks, what can you do for your country, not what the country can do for you. It is what you can do for your country. Some of you are swelling outside here today because they believe they are educated. If your education cannot land you a good job in a Western country, what makes you think you can have a better job in South Sudan? What makes you think? Don't call it that because I am a citizen of South Sudan, I will have it. No, first volunteer. After volunteering, then try to show the improvement that you can do something through your community. Through your community work, the community will recommend you. A recommendation is very important. Recommendation is very important around the world. That's the reason they call it a white-collar job. It is something connected to the white, not a black-collar job. If it is something connected to the white and they call it a white-collar job, then just know that when you fail in Western country, you will also fail in South Sudan. Unless you learn how to humble yourself. Unless you learn how to work so hard in order to make it. Unless you learn how to be patient. Patience is very important, but some of you need to hurry in everything. You need to have everything instantly. Go for you. That's a problem now. You are all suffering and you are calling you Dinka now question. Dinka are suffering too. Nuer are suffering. Did Riek Machar ever gone to refugee camp? Asalu Riek Machar. He said he was going to fight for liberation of Nuer people. Nuer fought. They die in his name. Ask Riek Machar, have you ever visited any of refugee camp? Or have you ever gone to Upper Nile to visit the people that you make them fight for your war? The war you make them to die. Simply use them as your soldiers to fight the war of your own interests. Have you gone to Upper Nile to show your face as Riek Machar? Have you ever asked Rebecca Nyandeng to go to Jungule? Because you cannot pick up a gun and say, I'm fighting for my people. Who are your people? Equatorians are not your people. Equatorians have Thomas Charilo that is lying to them that I'm fighting for you. The same thing to Equatorian also, they have Waniga that is standing for them there in the position. Sorry, Amachatan, have you gone to Upper Nile where you said you are fighting for them? Have you gone there to visit them and survey and understand their situation after you damage that area. What were the results? What is your solution? Have you gone there, young Macharte? Have you gone to any of refugee camp? Leave alone. You travel to those Western countries. But it will not take you any 1 minute to say, I'm going to visit my people in a refugee camp to see them how they are suffering. Or let me try to do a survey on the street and see the number of people that are suffering in the streets. Rebecca Nyandek, have you ever visited Jungule? After you told them that Padwun Adit, Kububak, Buwan Adit, Koyano. When I did what Japol Vijal, Bukaya no, Bukaya to, Bumanbar, Kazal, Kujala, Manjungula Bupo. When I say Manjungula, I mean the Dinka that we are living in Jungule. Because it was something targeting. You are a Dinka, you are dead. Even though I see some of my brothers from where every December 15 they wear something red and they make it as a symbol that they died. The Nuer that died during those struggle of 2013, for what I know, was a Nuer that picked up a gun to make a coup in order to take the government. Not a civilian. Not a civilian that is Nuer. But the civilians of Dinkas were killed, murdered in Upper Nile. They were murdered in Jungle. And nobody talk about it. You won't see them wear something red. Not even a red necktie. Do you know why? Because we are immune to death. We are used to death. Since we have been killed for many years. Every war of South Sudan, it has to take the life of Dinkas. That's the reason why the Dinkas don't put it into papers that, yes, every year we need to cry. And if you find somebody going to cry when they already killed people, in 2013 was not where that died there. Even though Nyandeng make it as a political campaign for her own interest. The one that the people put the stones in their vaginas were the Dinkas. And that happened in Jungle. The one that we are saying in the radio tape, Parwan Nadit Kubabak. When I did it, Kukakila Noka Min Monjin. These were Dinka sons and daughters. The same thing in 2013, in 2016. Nuer Ethiopians were brought to South Sudan to come and butcher the Dinkas. One of the places that I was close to, they were doing a karama for Jambedna. They came there, they asked that, for Dinka from Malda. They were asking, is there Dinka? Because they are not aware of South Sudan. They just asked, is there Dinka, in order to shoot them. One of the lady was a Dinka. They hide her under the bed. They say, no, Mafa Dinka, Nina Kulu Equatoria. We are all Equatorian. They left. Just imagine, if they took over South Sudan, I believe they could have butchered all Dinkas. And who brought them? Riyamachar brought them in 2016. That is why the Nuer will never talk about 2016, that they focus in 2013. 2016 were Nuer of Ethiopian that were brought to come and butchered Dinkas. But the God of South Sudan, the God of Promised Land, the God gave us that land called South Sudan. He said, liberate your people. It is just a repetition of the history. After the fall of Dr. Garang de Mabior, it is a repetition of the history for what is in the Bible. The Joshua liberate this country called South Sudan. It was the country that was prophesied in the Bible. And the same path that it took us to have it. That was why you won't see Dinka today crying for thousands, millions of Dinkas that were butchered in their faces. Until today, the Dinkas are nailed in the head. And you find some Dinkas are crying and some are saying we are brothers. And some are saying we shouldn't talk tribalism. Simply, we are used to be killed. we know somebody will jump in the bush and kill innocent Dinka. The one that we are killing Jungala were Dinkas. And we are all paved by Nyandeng in order for her to be praised. I don't know after her return. Who praised her? Who praised you, Rebecca Nyandeng? Who praised you after you returned back? You couldn't go to those Nuer that you were saying. You didn't even go there. How would you go there? How would you go there to those Nuer? Yet you were saying they are the one, even 91, the history of 91, it didn't happen. It was Riak did not do anything wrong because you want to favor Riak. Riak said himself that I am sorry for what happened in 91 because he knows he butchered the Dinkas. Tani budugu rasum fujofundu. And this is what the sons of Korokoro, Walia Korokoro, are trying to do. They are trying to bring the repetition of what they did in 85, 86, 83, 82, 81. The son of the Equatorians, the one that we are given gun to come and kill innocent Dinkas. We are watching you this time. The government belongs to South Sudan, not for Dinka. If you are a stupid Dinka outside there saying this government belongs to us because Kir Mayar is the president of South Sudan, the laws are not written in Dinka language. Till the laws of South Sudan are turned to be the laws of the Dinkas. There I will say yes, because the laws are not favoring no Dinkas. You go to the prison, you find the Dinkas are there in the prison. You go to refugee camp, you find their Dinkas are in refugee camp. You go on the streets of every state of South Sudan, you find their Dinkas. Those motherfuckers are coming here to tell us that the Dinkas are not suffering. Are you stupid? I'd rather be hated for telling the truth. Till the Dinkas wake up. You liberate the country, but you are suffering. A liberator is honored, but you have been dishonored after you had the country. What is the difference of you being called Jenge? Yet you are addressing, you have all the issues, all the problems you are putting, you are favoring the Equatorian, and you are leaving the Dinkas naked, they are suffering. Hakuma mabata junub mabata Denka. If you are foolish Denka outside there saying the government is for Dinka, you are very fool. If you are carrying the gun, that gun that you are carrying was for your people first, for your mother. Before standing there waiting for Waniga, Galata Gataris, Waniga Dema book. Gataris Finas Munu, Equatorian, Nazmerta, Anita Gat Jambetum. My friend, that gun was you went to the bush, the machete for Askaria. To what and day, to what and it a Jataris, the what and you know Sudanita Kadenka. My friend, your Denka will not suffer. And so come and father Batamanda. Your gun is to protect your people, not to protect nobody. And your people, so long as you speak that Dinka, you know Mazmonjam, okay, Jing and it. I am not the supporter of the government. I am the supporter of the right of South Sudan to be done. Have you ever seen me saying that? No, if I said Aspiale Waye, because Aspiale had 90% of the Dinkas. Who am I? I am a Dinka daughter. I am a Dinka daughter. Keep it in your head. You find a small tribe coming out, like those of Emmanuel Ajawin Edwards, coming out from 3 counties. 3 counties. 3 counties are making it look like they own South Sudan. 3 counties want to own you. Who you as a Dinka son. 3 counties want to own you and you be silent. They are always talking shit about you. My friend, I would rather die proud Dinka than to act here like somebody let them love me. I love a Equatorian. And I need a Equatorian, but I did me. That will not make me be quiet, not to fight for my right. My pussy took me to equatorial land. But my blood, my mind, my heart is a full Dinka. How about that? Do what is right in order for me to respect you. Respect is a two-way, not one way. Let me tell you, half of my family is a half Equatorian. How about that? Lokanda kakwa indi nambar binia banat bita kakwa mapit white zata muzojin fi bedna indi manyal kubar zai. Lo jafu zande nina gadin fogu. Lo jafu munu agabal da kulu za white na few. Because when we are liberated in this country, most of my family were all living in Equatoria. And they married the wife of the Equatorian there, but not Equatoria, Zojoman, Gadin Mom, Nasawi, Nubuko Kubarasa. They are watching me down here, some of them. They are watching me down here. Some they are Bari, some they are Pujulu, some they are Kakwa, some they are, some they are Zande. Others are even Balanda. They are all wives of my uncles and my brothers. And they are watching, some of them, they watch me here. Even if they walk away, they will come back and watch. But I have to tell the truth. Respect Dinka as a tribe. If you have problem with the government, face your government. Stop making them as a tool. And this is the work of those say, we are going to separate South Sudan. We're going to be separated. Even if the hair of South Sudan, you can never separate it from our land. Shala tukuru gadin. Even if you talk nonsense with your hair of the South Sudan, but not drabutet. Adrabutet kaliyazil ted eje gulena wita munu. How did you come? The only borders that will complain, we need to complain about the border of Uganda, the border of Kenya, the border of Ethiopia, the border of Congo, the border of Central African Republic, the border of Chad, the border of Sudan. This is the only place, the only people that we know we have problem with. If you belong to any of those borders and you are not a fully South Sudanese, please move to your country. Move to your country, stop complaining about separation. You separate what? What are you separating? What are you separating? If you don't know what you are separating, my friend, and you are calling yourself there, that it punu fatilek malak ta guide bawen. Fatishlek malak. Talo jaim in Uganda arja for Uganda in peace. Because you are still complaining, northern Uganda, they can't just fight for Uganda. How did it be given to Uganda? Logo de Canada, the South Sudan. Poor management of Sudan government. That is why Kanga and Gula Arab, they can't get the Arad Tackle in Nazashan Kebi Feber. Yaktulu fi Nazal, Garin Bishakol Filbert. It was a word in the neighboring communities in order to fight us. And this is how the northern Uganda went to Uganda. Who doesn't know that? Some part of Ethiopia went to Ethiopia. Some part of South Sudan went to Ethiopia. Some part of Kenya now, they went to some part of South Sudan. They went to Kenya. The same thing to Congo, and Congo is still expanding. We know our borders. So if you are living in that middle of the border, please find one. If it is South Sudanese fully, move back in South Sudan. And speak like a South Sudanese. When I'm saying speak like South Sudanese, just know that Dinka will exist. Will exist everywhere. Mafu Malta bedakal fogo aweta mabalga denka fogo. Denka gadem eyi Malta gad fogo. If you are living there in that border, you are not sure, then be quiet. If you are not sure whether you are a South Sudanese or you are from the other side of the country, please shut up. Mata gota juna any to shut them for denka every day. Because of the shut them zol al gad malkulu kabir lo jama sagraka bak tak tabam shwe. So be careful. ما تقول لكم ممشي تبيعوا الناس للعرب وتجروا للناس منو عرب ده ما بعرف عرب ده زول جديد لنا المستعربين ديل ما عندنا عرب في السودان anyway. That is why we will tell the Darfurian يا ناس الدارفور تلو قلتوا بعدكم شان نستعمروكم ده كذب منكم ده أراضيكم ناس النوبة ده أراضي بتاعكم يا ناس بلو ناس ده أراضي بتاعكم تقولوا له منو ما عندنا عرب في السودان ده المستعربين ساكت اجي يقوموا يتكلموا لنا ما عندنا العرب فدلنا هناك ده سودانيين وعشان كده قاعد نقول لكم ما تقولوا الدين to confuse it. Don't let the religion to confuse you for your culture. Let your culture come first and use the religion. You will identify who are your ancestors. Some of you lost their ancestors in the process of them believing in what? Believing in religion. They call them Joseph Peter Romano or Joseph Peter Santos. Others are Muhammad Abdullah Ramadan Yusuf Khalid. Where are you? نقروكم عن الأراضيكم مشانتكم قاعدين تنادوا بعضكم وين مالك? Your identity is very important. The new country, the new years that we are living in is the years of liberation for respect. The respect will come through you identifying who you are before fighting me. When you are coming to fight me as a Denka child, I know who I am. I know where I'm coming from. Even when they are burying me, I know where will they face me. I will be faced to where I'm coming from. I know who are my great-great-great-great-grandfathers because from the name, I will identify who are the great-great-grandfathers. I know my totem. And you are there, you call yourself Peter, Joseph, Deng, Munu, whatever. You become the full Christian. Now you turn into Joseph the Gama. And you want to be John Speak and you want to be the Victoria of Lake Victoria. And you are coming to claim the land of South Sudan. I will mess you up. Be careful. I will mess you up, Madam Asunta. Ya Mr. John. Ya Yahud. Ya Emmanuel. Ya Jesus. I will take you back to Mexico. Or I will take you back to Rome. Or whatever, where you are coming from with that language, with those names. Because those names were not the ones that are living. Inhabitant like me. Akuach Wol makona abiem. Atem lungarjel. You see? The inhabitant of the land. When I'm talking, even the land will shake. The land will shake. Because they know this is a great child of the ancestors. But when you come and you stand in the land that you claim, and you start calling me John, Joseph, Peter, Romano, it is only the church that will tell you hallelujah. And the church will be confused because the church of nowadays is a different, it's a mixture of a Dinka culture. Or it's a mixture of the cultures. People run to the witchcraft and come and run the church. And you are there shouting hallelujah. The nowadays church are no longer churches. Because the church that are shouting like me and you don't call me Christian. You find them there talking, talking nonsense every day, shouting. And me who shout outside here, you don't come and you don't see me as a pastor. What is the difference between me and them? What is my difference? The only difference is that I don't collect money from you after finishing talking here. And some of them in those churches, they collect money 10 times. They are coming, they need money of the testimony, the money of the tithes, the money of whatever, the money of... And you don't see them bringing any services. It is no longer church. It is a business. And these are the people you run to when you see me, you carry the Bible and you close your eye. Hey, God. Wallah shaitan de. Wallah shaitan rabuna. Wale. Sharmata bas. Sharmata fujisum kumda. Ya waja nasta ni mbukushi fukanisa shankev ya bushu sudurum. Ya bushu shudur. Ba mulu zere galgi shilu fogu rabuna. Ba junu shudur. Zol God murta galfa abuna God busele lek. Ba the shwa alphabet for anointment. Come in my house for anointment. There's a hallelujah da kalat machine ni cook. Tatla bara bade ni ta begin da fadia shanjana da tarfa for gabajana denga. Hello. The new Sharmata Batakum there we need a number of tish. You are coming in the church, you need to test your faith before you would be led to have a church. A lot of things need to be done in South Sudan. A lot of things from the church to the market to offices. It is not only one thing that need to be liberated. Everything in South Sudan needs a second liberation. Lanwaja nowadays, even women are now turning into kawajat behavior. Sharmata. Bemara der numa mara zay. But they kiss themselves. That is freedom. How come you have the freedom of you marrying each other as women? And you don't want to give the freedom to the country called South Sudan, the humble country that has been yearning for peace everywhere around the world. This country has been yearning for peace around the world. How come? It is easy for you to claim your freedom because of Benik Marazaita, the Benik Kyokamas. That will be election, but Joshatayat, but the Malian Bajat, but Sharma Takulu. And you are there shouting to not to give some country peace. Another thing, in order for me to close my talk and give chance to other people who want to bring their nonsense or who want to bring their blessing, is election of South Sudan. Election of South Sudan is a must. Even if President Salva Kiir has to vote for himself, you rather vote for yourself and take those people out. It is not looking nice when to see the 5 vice presidents in the government. It is so disorganized. And the country is so insecure because we have those people making their different orders. Ordering, do this. Everyone has their own orders because they are not coming from the same political party. So election of South Sudan, whether you are fighting, we will be fighting, we make it together with democracy. Democracy of South Sudan should be the must and the fundamental right of every citizen of South Sudan. Go and vote and come back and fight. It is okay. Go and vote. Come back and continue with your fight. So I hope that this is something that we need to put in everyone's brain. Whether you say the election of Dinka, yes, Dinka will go and vote. We vote for who we want if you don't want to come. You want to fight us? We go fight, we come back, vote and go back, continue fighting. It's okay. We need to promote democracy. Don't worry, we are used to fighting anyway. You go to the bush, we bring you back by fighting. But we know one president has won the election. So election, even if you are creating insecurity, it is a must. Rebecca Nyandeng, keep it in your head is a must. Tauban Dengai, Kutu Furasak, election is a must. Ya Tutkau, put it in your head, election of South Sudan is a must. Ya Munu, ya Waniga, election of South Sudan is a must. All of you, you have to know, election of South Sudan is a must. If you want to fight, go and vote, come back and continue fighting. We are used to fight. There is nothing new that you are telling us. Somebody saying, we are going to fight, we are going to fight. Nothing is new in fighting. We are born there and we grew up normal. Don't you see me as a normal person? Do I look like somebody sick? We are born there in those words. Why are you making it as something that is new? And imagine shackle as if there is something new. You want to make it look like the war has never existed in South Sudan. Stop making drama of the fight. As somebody is begging, the peace of South Sudan, in order to have peace, deal with the peace breakers. Period. It is simple math. There shakala adiu peace. Jarib comes of you. Aldol ma der shakala deba God forbid murta benade kalam salam that they will call. Ana aza kwaida moloni president of Junub Sudan for 24 hours. 24 hours, just only 24 hours. Ya Jama, the whole world will be crying for this small South Sudan. The reason why this world will be crying for this small South Sudan, because I know who are the problem of South Sudan. And in those 24 hours, I must deal with them. We either go to paradise together or one of us has to leave. It is simple. Leave this happy has escaped. He's running to DRC. Or so and so is nowhere to be seen. Or somebody running to Kenya and declare himself or herself, I am now a rebel. My friend, I will either spend the salaries of all the MPs of South Sudan on you to get you. All the salaries of the MPs, because they failed to fight for the right of the citizen of South Sudan and let this idiot to jump outside the country and they start talking, they are rebels. I will spend that money of you, the civil servants, to deal with those people. I can't spend the money on the peace. The money for peace, I will give it to civilians. Let them settle and let me deal with those politicians. You are a politician, yes, you jump outside the country, you want to create insecurity, okay. I will get the money of those politicians because they failed to challenge this man politically. You are not politically correct. I get your money. I spend it to the next country that knows how to deal with this person and declare them that he died like a dog, a beautiful dog. You know which country said this statement? You know which country said this statement? So and so was killed. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. He died like a beautiful dog. I will spend my money on that country. Please, give me a solution for these people. And my solution is the simple letters. The 3 letters that we always know that we are good at writing it in social media. And those 3 letters must be on your head. Simple. And we know God will bless us as a second 3 letters. So, that's what I'm telling you. Election of South Sudan is a must. And somebody is saying that, is complaining outside there saying Akuach people like me, they want to be a president of South Sudan. You continue blessing us with those kind of statements. I can't run away from it. When you are saying Akuach people want to be a president of South Sudan, continue saying it. Akuach want to be a rebel because they want, you continue saying, you are blessing me. Who can refuse the power? I did not think about the power even if I don't have any of my relatives in opposition. All my relatives are struggling in the village. Give me those positions. I will deal with you who has given us the blessing for us to be president of South Sudan and teach you what it means to be a leader. Leadership is not something simple. You have to sacrifice. It has to include the sacrifice. And it has to include the discipline. When the citizens are so indisciplined to the point that disrespect the laws, the country will be in torture. And this is what's happening in the country called South Sudan. The citizen lost the respect to the laws of the country. And the country is currently in the torture. And this is why they say it is our human right. Human right. Okay, human right. If you have human right, why are you? Why are you encouraging innocent civilians to be killed? Simply they are dinkas. Why? Why do you encourage innocent civilians to be killed? Simply they are dinkas. So that's a homework for you. Talo janadenka kutu frasa. You did not pick up a gun to liberate everybody, even though we are forced by SPLA. The young one like Red Armor, who were forced to fight to liberate the country called South Sudan, even when they left their own land like those one in Barkazal. They are forced to come and die. Majority of them died in Equatorial land. Simply they were forced to liberate the country. That kind of forcement is done. What is the meaning was voluntary. You voluntarily join the army. You current youth that are in the army of South Sudan. Voluntary, you join simply because you want to protect your own family. 1. You want to protect your fellow tribe mates. You want to serve the nation called South Sudan. So your first thing is your family. Your second thing is your what? Is your tribe mate. The third is your country called South Sudan. These people are now changing the flag of South Sudan into the flag of a Nyanya one that failed to liberate the country. Not even give the freedom to nobody. A Nyanya one was useless. Was an Anyanya one having Dinkas, another tribe? Of course they were there. The same thing to Anyanya too. They were there. But thanks to SPLA that struggle without giving up, and that struggle was the sacrifice of many lives that we lost. Millions of those Dinkas that died there, they died for liberation. So those who fail to understand, even if you call me tribalist, I cannot go and describe you. You describe yourself, but let me understand you. I will describe myself as a Dinka child. As what I heard from my family, what I have seen with my own eyes, what I experienced as a Dinka child. I cannot go and explain you. And this is a problem that we have. Some of you, they want us to say, you know, we have so and so in Equatoria was a liberator. What are you doing? You are sitting down. You want me to come and explain your Equatorial liberator? Are you serious? Why would I go and explain the Equatorian liberator yet you are there? What is your work? Ana kadam batang nabi nugul kalamang kol batak nazamak batak ashakol farab junub. No. My friend, I can't brand your uncles. Yet my uncles are there. My families are there. My community is there. I will talk about them first. I did not open up my life. I bought my own phones, put there my data. To come and talk about your uncle, are you being serious? This is a foolishness that was done in the past for Dinkas to fight to liberate the whole South Sudan. Without them being said that, okay, let us all join equally. Equal distribution of the army. Live now what they are saying, that we need an equal distribution, everything to be the same. No. During those times, the Dinkas were made as many to fight. No one said that we need to bring equal distribution. Equal distribution of the army to liberate the country. It wasn't done. Someone bringing 5 people, that is enough. Wita balgombo orao amal napsu general badulo huras kutar bata denka mshukunu kadadim batom. Wasn't it the stemmer of liberation? The stemmer kan jon karang amalu. Kachi jon kalwe kai ware yung ene yang jon kach. Wi yek to mo jang chal ke adak pi ken ka. Tere chen yung ene yang jon yang en kach. Kongwe da chen wer tong in ke mo jang. Ku ka bai la ben men bu ka tong yin ke mo jang. Kongwe mutin ka kati ka chedong ka che kai benala. Kati ka chedong ku yin ka che bena ka nyal ko nim bi ko bana lat kwa na koch. Lakini wadwa chi jon la tin. Bia man mo jang en nang tin bi na la kwadriel panut. Mi da kwad ke riel bi tong alwel. Diara jot ka nim rap. Wa ga kwad ke riel ku bu bai la bebe. Na chứ ba ya ben ben một tin ka coi wa ka ya kwar ni ma ka jo ben jo ka le pinya pienda pinya ka da we gal ka te na la mo jang tan chop chứ mình jung na le tan chop chứ mình jung i ban pin mo jang za ta wi bia rum chứ ne no nyeri pinya won nga ya pin mo jang rum nyeri aka war chi jon ka loi koi na ko chứ tong ni một tin ka ngot ka ti ka pur ka ki nyin kwa kwa ka một tin kwa ka won chi den ka loi ke ka wa ka ki nyin kwa cái quạt cái nhìn là căn cái chuột cái chứ nhìn quạt coi gum ở phía nó cái chứ gì ya war war chứ nên coi chỉ qua nhà ya quạt co tất cả quạt co người lên cái chó trồng coi ya quạt co thế em nghe coi quạt co tăng quay war quay coi quạt co apal cái chết được kula nala coi pin muan giang nắp bi nó có cái bít na là miệt ku cái nhai bây giờ lốp giờ bất cái lốp đèn bây giờ cái chứ nhìn ngon na là lốp bia rồi có mình đây chỉ nhai mình lên trục để quán cho cái chỉ nhai bữa tròn bữa poi em qua mình em qua ria cái gì coi qua rồi cái nó cái nó qua ra anh bé mới bàn đúng không biết tiếng người bé quen của tiếng người bé men dog men nhà tin nào cũng chưa có được cái nhai của nó quen cái tiệc nali cái nhai bị con ở giờ là trả ban bây giờ là đục đi cái chỉ giờ gật kia ra cái coi giờ rồi chụp bill pam we ai chưa bil pam na lak duk ko ba ko nyoy cái chia la we yo mut chial một tin ko ga chini mar coi war cái chứ đúng đây war cái we mít nhai tin cha ka là ba ka lùi đi lấy mới cho lo đốc đây war we mít quar tin cái quar coi là pan nga ku le yin nga bay mít ku bay aku bu coi chuột tin đây war we chuột tin mình lá cái ba đúc tin ba ka lùi angon ngor kara ka ya bi chứ mình war we ga lo ben ku lo pin cho ga jure cho lo ben pan nga ku la coi pa nu bi nong na chi no ka pa nu chwen we nghe cái cái chi cái lo bar ka za bi nghe chok za ri u la ni ngat je cái we cái ni ne jur don ni chan bi nok ka nghe je ka ba chi ben be ku ga nyu chi we ga khi ba đúc ta war ba ka luyet wan war cái chứ đồng pin cái ôm ngon ngor karar kya cái chít panther cái chít panther ler a chít panther ler gut mutin ara cái chi yom we mới chọn luôn kìa kule là kuma cái cần mua chẳng nào ở cho cái dân cái kia biết các cái là bia làm nào ấy là nó bay lạc bà quay cọ bà cái chuột thar na cha cái chuột thar ruột cầm niệm na chít đi ngồi cho lô đông về thar arian ấy vậy giờ cho cái đó mà nó về cái mua chẳng về cái dân cái bị con nào ở chơi dân cái kamun kawan kunu manje ke tabanin ka sukula ratin ako panaki maratin gaga ratin kadang ko garatin ko ya pur mutin ba ko ya pur ka jwa jalo rot ba lakin en ko na chira wa ka yo kala ka jot ke bro man pin panen di de ku yo ni bro ja ngom ko ni na ja idile baro chori na ja mutin ye man mo jang de ta ki I choro dia ja ku man mo jang de ngong yin Ichoro dia ajak kuman muan jangan terfiji kami. Ichoro dia ajak. Wega caje. Wega caje. Wega loin. Wega loin. Wega loin. Wega jok. Wala ruai ke yen. Chi ruai ke yen. Ke yen chiang ke jina loin. Kui ni jong. Ini jong buk. Kui ni yin jengge. Yamwa edor luel. Ini jengge dor. Di ko na chi jengge dor. Kamu kan negel mun ba panun beng chitken ba chi but panun. Kamu kan negel ba sukul beng ba chi guer panun. Kamu kan negel ba business ba bara guer panun ba nam langa branch panun ku be yang ye jit. Mo kan waga. Kagel we ba wa ni bang ku ru ba thyo ga ngang na chi ngak bu do mara de ka yin bu do mara chitken ngang na chi ngak ka yin me ba bu do mara de chitken na yin ngak ka yin me ba bu do mara de chitken na ya kyo ku tok chi tara pup ka jo ka ba ngai we jo la tar tem ba ni ba hia le ba pan mo ja ngo wagel mudun ku ni palwan kit ka ba ko wan ko chang we wan ko ga chong wen chứ mà nào wul mình ko ja wul adile ba kale chứ mình le se da adile ba kale they are trying their best ala ka pe do ko ti lakin waliok en warap pan bi ok put pan kal waliok en pan en bi ko wul tin en pan re ker ma yar tin en pan re ra kol kor tin en pan re kwar ku suma ben en ngai ga junub sudan tin ben ngoi chi gwer ba ngoi chi gwer Kikuru kalam ko era la bichua dranet ko kudung ko pinten karian we ga jenge we ga che monji the same thing kin ka bor jungle ene jungle yak dun dia jungle yak war yak ben te dere ke tit are ke ka chi nyin ngom sukula liu daga liu hospital liu ngadia liu Wega ni juba wega min kai kuna dam kuna yengi yaka honorable ngadia sar ngadia business ngadia ho ngadia ren kun pat ka mya ke ga let kun dung pe ko ga wo tar ko am pin juba ta dur wer ka kun te kai kun te na ya ka pinga ka bu gwe ji ka bu mo kwa bu mo ye ka koi wal ku ke ga bu lo ka la ku ga che ke de bu ra la bu la nyi ra de long bu fie nya ga dur Naga ngo chi lu nyai bi lu ba chung wi na lu bot chuk mo jorit a chi liu eran ja pian chi mana ngun rane la be nom bot pin kwe yol de ne jo nyang ye na lu tuk ka jo ja lu pa kwe la ke dang ke yol de mayan kin ele din ka tala kusumum kwe ga bet bi ko ga jenge tala kusum din ka kwe ga betin we ga jenge Akol bi ajala la tala din janga kan da buangi because ka cha lu woman ake cha ke the root cause you think they are the homeless people this is why we are building a nice building in Equatoria making hospitals in Equatoria schools in Equatoria create bena cha ya de Equatoria kumar ka nim pandun ra ka tararia kai kuna re me kai kuna ngwai ke torot Ran quất để to Ran quất cái đây chia rải po chia ban tak e cho cái coi chọc ran ja là cái tin nhỏ để mình quyền ran thuồng ngân của chiếc ran thuồng le pol bị nhân luồng ngon bị nhân luồng hoành nào là có ai chứ cần gì mà tuông tin mà dung tại chín dung bên bay quẹt warm cái warm đúng cái này cho cái tar ai yom kun dia cái yat yom kun siasat cái nào cái bar cái sao đó có lẽ cái là có ai yom kun siasat cái nào mi bar cái sao yom kun siasat cái to cái tên dung cái lẽ qua cái to cái tên apa dah mana apa dah ngato ku kena ke na siasat kun tanam ya ro man mon jang ka karaja che lwel ka gumutin ku ga che ko chol ba ka chal tin ku jam ke ba ka ga tie ngo kan ko pian ni mi ko ya pian ni musumar man mon jang ko an pian na musumar ko ja jam ka you know this is an individual mistake no akola tem mi mon ji mi duar tem karut pan chol juba ba ka tem rut pin achibana concern the whole nation. It was a concern for the whole nation in the news and everywhere. Chatting the differences. Did you people see the difference? Akulare mandor and jitemro chimanjung. Achiban cha news jibet. And create ben achibalu employ lazimuka dialgor. And this is the international threat. Ukanga dio kuwenen man mwanjang and you thought when you pianum yipping. Pianum. It was a celebration by Equatorian. A celebration to Equatorian law. And it was not brought in the news. Kun news nga mugen ma kwelwe ba yin mung news kwin man mwanja. Akolar na mit chiman jung pan cha jung gola buka temrot. It wasn't in any news because of man mwanja. Be careful. Be careful in that government. If you were careful, come on, young, I sacrifice. Tycoon. To be a sacrifice, tycoon. The chin will mean voice. A voice up there, Lugo. The chin will mean voice, a voice up there, Lugo. Be careful. Now, level Avukaya, whining, man one young, the tin, Kelwam Dungan. Talk one, you pepper. You have to quite be a whining, one man one young, the tin. Mukan man ran piano, be piano, Kidia Jesus. Jesus was piano, which a bad well pin or Ben Goodman chipping yakol and word well. Better get like a chilur is a like a word well Goodman chipping yakol. The one I man one young piano, Galaka, work a jam them, but you ran to piano mo, ran to piano mo piano, or kin man one young kello. Okaya, but can quite all quite bit you and a bit you know Sudan, what you jam. Turn man one young nut. What you jammed it? Aku mazat wache jamten wukan mamwa jam nok berana piano ko kaya che jam ko ya luang ko ya che jam e kene ga chi mamwa jam na tiene ni tim baran kan e wukan ni chwa kwang dang kan ni chwa kwang dang ba pai pan dul we wukan ni ne kwang pal ko war ter we wakiro det matina darot kan Daloi kan na dangi wero tinda ko wero chol wa ya tagi siasi we ga thom ni we min monje nga ga ben ku koro to pin ku le nyu juba kai war ka lo ya liap chi la be ken war ka re ke chi kala char yak tin kala panai chi la bla yam ken wa chang nya deng sing ga ba jung gole ba ban yam ke kek mo ka re chol ke ka jwe wa be careful. Be careful, man mon jang che man wa jwe wa nyin bu ka ni yo thai ku ni. We ga jeng we ga che mon jeng na we ye mon jeng. Ko we ga chi nyu pan chol juba. Ira rot ta dun pe adin ku man mon jang ngong nyin on the street. What's your solution? Inchirar da ka juba. Kai ka dara bin ding. Kuri ting ti gala be chin tare chin ni bali. Tana chi we ka gwe ba wan ken ga ba ka gwe ri school. Gwe ke ka dum bi gala porten. Kwe ku langa ken ka yok. Bad wam du che man dum kun ja ka pe nya mok ko panun cha jungala kulak. Panun cha le Equatoria. Tana chi we ka yap be ku ni che man in ken ma yar kin ma dum du bala ngai to kwa ka dang gorial wa lor bala yap ta wan panun. Bin dom nun di te ta ta. Kulor wa kai kwa chol ke ga riop bor chot bi ga lom bor chot ka dot e ko to de nin do ma yat ngo kan duam du nyai ngo kan duam du chwala chirer iko to kadang bar kaza ngo kan duam du chwala chirer wilayat ken bar kaza in kwal ma nyang kin ngo kan duam du chwala chirer jungale bi ko mare katin kayin bu man jungale bu duam du pur kuin ko kunale purtin ka bediala wijara ka bediala pyo chini abu pyo wa duam du chagwer ka bu pyo duam da ba ma pur ya ka le ka ke ba ka ba pyo yem met yang ngo gwer we ke bia ke wade ra ke dua do en wi ke ba ka pentar met kriye we anche pomet ka we anche fadi chin ka liam we ka chal ka le we ba taw we da mo jen chia mo jam dia ngode de sem we da dala gop chia dal gop jam dia ngode de sem chin ka kona war no ka ja to tu gini che toro we ga jenge ka we ko na we che jenge ka we ga che mi mar baga la da la chwa dran de ko chiti ke dware chi lela la ke chwa la da che ye gi ja a che ye ga nari li ka tal kun bicham ngo we ga loy kun a gyer kra na la da yiran kriye bana jo gyer baran ya gyer ko ngora ki ya ka ba ware yen ka te chi we ga ware je no kudun a we kriye ben gyeran ka yen kinen ka bi man mo anja ngena ngong ka ta ke otherwise lazim ba min dia la tir la nu chiang mo jang wa re chiang ngi rum me kai rom ne bi bai be ku dit pon dun chak jarot ka re chi kin ki chi ba chen ko ki bien be kin ki chi duo da ite mo na le ben ku yo yin ka man mo jang di lo to wadu ala to dal dun bu loy we ngo chu we ka chi ka ngene bang dum mam chen ke bi po da miat chen ka we we re ka na mong ran ne ran tak ka na mong de ba mong de lie ki na che ya kwet ka je ni pin dung đây ya gai pin ko jo gor ruột qua ya gwe je ben brana re ka gwaj arbo chirin sa we ga mur ke la ka kwen ban chole ko tore yo go ben kwan nya chola chiran thieng nyal mon jang ke la de belanga to ko tore dir gwe dir gai chul de no yak ping bai elwe le beren mur wala chul bai elwe le beren mur wala chul la unity ka ba ja be na jaran ja gwaj ka in ben ka ye unity ba ja nyari na good leader a chanin ji la gwaj ko tori wala chanin ji nyane ko tori tia ka ye gwaj bai ka in be ai chol na sip in a good leader this kind of political marriage a chen ka chol ka gur a chen bi chol ye good leader political marriage is very wrong and is disorganizing the communities. Correct ya moja. Kere ka chul ke chwar pa everywhere. Chulare ka chwar ye gang nung kwata chidot. Kunan ya ken pien chao haj pa. Pien chao haj pa ba na mit kila yet. Nga ka chipin dead mo jing ila ma chin ke ban de ko ni. Ya ka chal tar ku ya ka lui woni. Lui ko pot. Otherwise cái chuyện ngân man mon yang cho là ngon nhân một tiếng chứ nên có phải loại rơm phúc bình cá rơm alia cá rơm man mon yang phúc bình rơm alia phun cái loại cái coi đấy coi chứ bị được gong coi chứ lia cái trông cái liam quên nên cho rơm cả cái phúc bình cái chuyện ngân nằng man mon yang nó coi rồi đàn nó coi ta coi hay coi chi quay coi kỳ qua cả nằng rồi cả ta en cái nghe cho man nghe còn miếng để lại cho man qua qua đó quan qua đó cái trong quê chỉ quẹt chỉ coi một gì coi đấy coi chứ bị được dong đùa đi coi chứ lia cái rê quê cái nào quê cái cha cái đấy bị khó tiền là cha chui cho là quay gì we ga ele we ga bu we je kurare che bi da ngama che bi da ngama duar chu che mu da ngama nuer chu a chana na bin yara bi ya bai ngo cho lo na gwa yin buat bu chur buat bre tar chu lu ko tor bi re tar ka ye buat tar kwa chin ga loy yin che bai ran ko ni kwet kala to kala li yin bu gwai tin bi gwai tin na to gra an kin ayo gwai mun kwa ran gwai to ga an che ko war tar kala la gwe tar ke min unity gwe tar che min unity a chi min unity we ko je le kwa ye tribalist aya gwai kwa la no lor kwara tenin chi lor kwara ba ku duwe yine gwai pa cham ku cha te lor kwara di ta na lwel ke lor kwara ka ngi ko ko lor kwara So ta ko ni mapata. We actually we monja. We actually keleng ra lela na la lela ke tong try ben lo ka che ka lo ro ba koi ba na ria chal ke ye gwe na goi ra ni gwe jamu. Ran godin gwe jamu. Chal ma ra ka chu bam ben ka ba lo impostin ka we ga che refugees kara. We ga che ka damran dat we ga che do kro cho wo lu istemar. Beran papa mo no we mo ye ke ka jwi. Voice ye ka tai for clubhouse and I am very happy. I am very, very happy that my voice is sounding in any Equatorian land. I like it. Because I will teach them my frustration. They are not the only crazy people who went through the hell. I went through hell. The hell that I have is the hell that my kid don't have a grandmother. I don't know how sweet it is to have a mother or a father. So anyone who doesn't know the sweetness of a mother, we need to pay that back. We need to pay it back in a simple term. The kujin bear ka bear bu nyodi. Tapi man monja. Ran kuj bear nyod bear da biyok. Yenda. Because awe ga bear tagegi. Awe ta refugee kami. Awe ngorwa chenyi nanan. So bear. Ahe alwoy bear bang nyod. Irana nyot fa ko yu lor ba mor alwin mur na yo mur ka ci wal tar ban ci wal tar or gi taw na min mana gwe lor ba mor lwit tar na yo ka ci tar ci bak mai kon kum tar ba ja ba nyot ka kun lor ba kum tar mor ba ja la bena ci ma jet mi da de jo ake kwat ka je na yo ran ka ci gwaj mo ni Equatoria wal ci gwaj ni Equatoria ka ci unity unity we are united. Who told you unity is a force? Baganda kingdom are very less. Kuna lord manijo kuchwal bukade ke channel. And it is all about Buganda language, Buganda culture, Buganda life. Kumafin bind na bi ka tia da laping mi chatin. Buganda warko acho war penya chikya country chikya keke. So be careful. Take care for the Lord be ale ka mehwe. Ka South Sudan kana war ku bu war ka chwal pen monja. Ka chi ka tar bam pen. Kwara na lwela ku bu yunu tegi. Ka chal ka jal South Sudan before the new generation graduate. Because this new generation will be led by people like us. Kuna lu lead by people like us ka ba kudu na lwe ka chwal rebel kan. Rebel ma yo kuna le ka chira ko le ka iwe. BBC and Sudan. All these international news Kabia Boko Haram Batachi. Boko Haram Abatachi. I hope you guys want to man one young Kulela Kuma Ekudun, Akuma Kuduna Kuma Kenjange. Quite my Akuma Janga until I will see them bringing the service in the Dinka land. This is where I will call them or the government. At least this government is fair for Dinka. But right now, those one in the position are Jenges, not Jing. When I hear Jing, when I Jengi. When I Kadarian, well, don't talk President Salva Kiir, but you have one young to pay you, but when I Jenga, look Rodichola, when I'm one young, until Basu called a boot pan one young. Bagwir, Bapanakim. Kupa baduam du bajuat bajat pandun bine na wer tu mukwara na ngi dom nga ken kan panenga ken kan kayin me jala jing na le ka tar gwa bi ale la ka we ga jenge we ka ta kuma to ka chwal ka walu confused. If somebody is talking the government belong to Dinka to Jing or Dinka, that mean ran kan ran wuji the government belong to South Sudan. And those sons that are living in that government are Jenge, not Dinka. They are Jenge because they refuse to bring the services to their Dinka people, their Dinka sons, whom they say they liberate the country in their names. We are not happy. How can you please the idiot that was hiding in the neighboring communities to protect himself, living with their family, and then me who was left to stay under the bush, under the trees, and I was left, since that day we liberate the country, I'm still under the trees, struggling. My families are still there suffering. I still suffering in the same situation that we are promised to have a better services. My friend, you are a jungle. There are the rock or Colodon, Yarian, Molicha. Waniga ipandem kuya mwaji karba inga dika chi waniga kabaya kumewa warkie ka yechi ka yeke dunga aje jinde chi waniga marwe war tien ka ye aje jinde kwango ya pande ne dep karba wala musai fiala le kumadar wala zukul wala ka pati ka gwir pande kwatin mwanja ural na lor wai pan waniga ka ye ka mwanja che jirim kana jirim erane tar penye ne rot bupin de ba mok de ko wara pinga la dor ka tar de mai ma ko weri ka bayi ene rana tar pen ko bu kiu ku ka yen mit kulela ku ma ka ken mo ayo ker ma ya we ga ba cho la jam ka jwe we ga jenge we ga che mo jeng antiel blank luai ka pin mo jang nya batim ken bian wa ja la ngi ja we ga min mo otherwise you are for God and your stomach. You are working for God and your stomach. Election a week of Bulu impose. I have a quite well, child quite a book dropped. Jonara and Chito a book twet. Loy Kay Bank the chin we belong to Loy. If you don't have a voice, voice up for those motherfuckers. Kabakti. Anna entered my calamity. I was speaking the general language. You know me. My topic is not specific. I go from left to right and then from right to every corner of South Sudan. I think it's time for me to go to bed and sleep. But yes, I need to pull me away. Mujiramin are palaka be communities are well confused be road and book I don't know. Mujiramin. Siasi nera child ben we jog na chikwet. A coltia nom here we qual catch a quite a paddy. Comida cock here copalke Kermaya. Kermaya, you need to stop being the Joshua, being a Buna. Buna can hear one. Quite can I go naga cabaruch. Era roy because we were a keg of white way. We were a keg of ecaroy. The chin quite keen cannot be told Bukalu, Bukajalu, Durga, Wega Kalin, Bukating, Rochek. I can delay bureau because we were a white way in a jan. Kularana Dukachin in a paper, she will talk of Venadu Bukaba, call me. Kirmaya. A colvin the alley bell, we will give up a kuma. Tabu Waika, you know, quite both take. Quite both take quite cock a yimbier kupalke, tap on me. Janka, Uma, can you say you want to change it? Mark my word. Anna, quite jumper. Jay chap, you know Sudan and a man one young that you know Sudan. Oh, no, Mark, Kia quite really loin to me. Bác quay kể với mình cái rebel cái mâm dây chiến chát cái cụ ghét cụ hết cái cái quân pam thar và cái pam thar của cái thar diapers cụ lấy cái ngô cả nhưng qua cái mọi tar diaper là biết cụ buka ngột tar wal gì đã wadi berana là dire jit cái là cái gì tiếng gì rana quay cút tar cái coi cái mi đã trong ai jit à pel ai chan bằng ấy ngô cái pam thar Wani a weir panden ka le mamura kwai ka je wan ka dangi ji sujini ku ka ya ko mi le ngadi le e ka kono ka ware biara ja le ka ci kwai mo ka dangi nga kana ba ka en che dore na ba ka idea den na chi biara kwai sujini ka kwai ka ya nya tar chan mu nyo bia example bu ko da ya chi mit kan mo jin ko la ka ci loyen kala ko le ka pian ke Kadia na lwele na kwa yang kadia jamane ne niara ne wadu kia niara ne wadu ana katara re sakar pai pan cha jum sada e kwal ma na gwin jolo kotori ki pori aga na ne ke champan mor maka na kul fo bedu mak jana charamuta I don't need in your mother's house I don't go in Dinka homes, live alone Equatorian homes. Who are you to come and tell me I don't like what I quite said or I quite did? Denka, live alone Denka. Anyone that is my relative, it's very rare to find me in their house. And you are here fucking around. You think for me I care? I am used to live alone like the way I was living in the womb for 9 months. Did I die? I came out as me. So we kware wa nyan dua thar ka ya kun nyam thar dun kwel ko to we wo ke go ba nyam thar kwel ko nyinu re wo ji thar 12 kala ya ko le unity ke gwe yen ku dun ji we ga ma duari je ben ka ra ri ga chi nyina ti tur le kel ku chok mun tin ka ku le why we are united, we are united. Unity je gwe a che na we re we chul kun pen jar thar kulme every corner an cha tai gwa anti Josephine gwaj anga die cha tiak ba nyiro ben ba kan nwer wa tar unity che gwi ka che nwer kai tar we ga che jok lo ka che kan man jang ba na jot ba wa na jot kai pasak ka che dun gwi che ne che kan aga ga wara le pan cho le ko to re pan chi man jang chi ke ja le jok lo dor na chi ran tim ko le jok lo dor u jal ka la ba nyi dora wara we jok propin mi jong gwi Jong Tian, Jong Liawel, Jong Ruin, Jong Ko, Jong Ditpo, Bag Yaban Yamu. Who will buy Tordin? Capital City, Echibuka, Ripancho Juba. Because they in the center, Taware Jakaka, Jakaware, Monjing, a job a gaggy waffle. Capital City, a brave Monjang. Timaramcha. Kalabag Yaban, Panaware, Jak Rick. Jak ware mon jenga chop bile chop ke la dor e dor no kene chop we katen wa chop katen ku jal ke ban yitin bag ja bal bichen diar mo tin ai ka thara wa rut kwa gwa rut ke diar ro ra gwa ke chen dia ra ne re ka gwa ko che cha ta ban mur kwan mur che ting pa be ting ka la tin de ngi ne gwa la ta ra ngwe me gwa chen ta ra ngwe me gwa e ting ba ka chiro wan kre medicine bari ma char gwa yin la nom miem gwa chin nom miem ngor gwa a gulel bai ya ko duwe kan nga jak ware urkun udit kune ga chwa do jak we hanu gwe chwa we wa be ti ki ba bal diar mo tin tin di de yo ga chin nom tuor tin di mon jang war pa be miem te nyor be che ja bak ka ku de mu la ki na gwe man e yo ka chin nom tuor ten ka wi mu a gor mo yana very young be tin king pa la gor mo wa ter ba chit ke ne retin pan monja tet diara ka ya tem kala nun ta te fai pa la moy gor kura la moy ne gor ti lakin balarun ka ye bal nge bal jagwara ka ke chok jag rai ware bel ni ale jag lo do a cha ja be do do ka ja kwet bu ka gun ni be na chi ja ge pu ka tu yo ka pu tu bu ka ja ma mon di de ra chen nyana ngara nyan tin nyot ko nyan tin ting di men rer ka chen nyan ja r ko kan mon di chang la no ro di mon je wa te ra ka ye tiek lakin kan dia din mon je dia di chiter a piak bara yo mama ka yin diet bogi ba chol mama ka de ba cha na dien mor na dien mor ka cha kan ye ting mon jang le war chu men na kwa men na mama na kwa ji diet ka na mama because according to culture monja dak pe nyon mena chia gwai telephone kwa che ka re da ka la no biteng dit ya tu da America ta tu Canada tu Australia tu UK ku jo kan nim rai ku jo le man je ba be ma ko we de ka rut ya tu na chi tu ka bang ko telephone ku chul nyang mam telephone na chi ria ka chul che bel chula che bel takta that the culture. This is not the culture of Jim. Pandun cho là Katoria we ga jaltit na chak jaltit ka bain bi kun Jim de re ka tit a cha la ke ko bi ro ba mai cho ko bi ka rai wa re ka cha pan cho là Katoria bi ka chuk bi le lo ga chi ato bay door kam ka bu bal bi jal diar bu ko beti ro da te tik mun la no mun den bay wala no boyfriend ke ko ga ni te ga chi ni te ne pan to wel te ni ra chu ka ting ka chi ro da gwai tim a ya ting en video nyir kok ra ne chien chuor ta rot bro gwai a che ka ga ye ro loy a che ka ga ye nyen mien mo jang mo de ya mo taram la na le la je kala ya luin ten tok bi luin ten tok ngi che nyen ya kana la ki na mo tin ya lai teo lai chứ mình quên ben lek pin gar ko pok pin ki danu ai la ten chin won tu di ko ngadia ba kwa ra nen kai nya le kaka aka chi chiang ra ko ka lo ro pan dun ngan pan war chi we ga chen kun yat pan chi rom puk pin tin ko chi rom ki bam puk meneriam puk pin won to ko ben pan chi kwai to te ne pan pa ba kan cholik ro bak mon jiem ku jala ke ro di duar da to ba ka chol bi lang ken bi ka chal ba a che pa na bi ko gwa lu mu tin pa la nu re ma chi pupin lo bas ma ve ka na pole ya ka na chi dor gwa chi jur gwa jure chi gwa bi dor gwa bi chi bi te mo no man ka ye le wa ai gwa ye ka na lo ka na che ka wa lo jur ya ko ngot a chen da tin a chen gwe jur ma tiang ku ben a chen gwe mo ji war ka chi ke pan cho dor ke ka rai der tin ka ke ra ya ka cho be biat ken ni ka cho dor a ke ki ka chi ka ni kut ke lia ba ko ka pan dun cha ka to city na cha ko ka wai chol ban bi mon ji ku chal ka ke duar ke ko di duar ko ka ku bi long ken bi ka chal pan chol ko toria bi ka chal everywhere bi ka rai bi ya bi ka chu jal ga bun kun ja lo ba la na bun kun ka do da le ba che ke ko la ka ngi let the owners of the soil speak ka bai bak tin ke humble karaja bro la gwe ko bai don ke free otherwise jara ba ke ka tinga gwai ro karaja ba ke tinga ko lo rot pan war tin ya le ji gwe ni kin we ga gwe yo chine dia ko ga cha ta ba ni na chi ran nyen tin da tin yo ting bat ka deng ya gwe ka hin jo ka de chu go ba ka de chu ka na cho na million ka wi che ka dwak ko tin lazim dia yo na cha mur yo ka yin ka den akul chin mur yo ka yin ti ka den ma ka ya ngadi du ben gore du be lwel ma ka hira ya gop ko cha kwa cho na mo len yo ko yan nyar ka yin ke chi ya chu ku ka cha yo gan mur ti ka den ba ka ba chuk dong we yo ka bel ka i ka nya len yo jo nga ka de ka nya len na le jo ba na ka den ru e ya kan bal chit kan a cha bal mat kan hier e bal pride bal koy wel bal ko barwen aka cha jwa ko tarbe paran broda ko tinchero ngi huayu na chiran ngong ka jo wel pat jal wel pat na che ja yo ka che ja ka che wete nya dio kala di per nya e yo kwaran be ne jang de kwaran e tinchi da ka ja de panchal kapro city kan ju bakan mo fruit be chere ju ba ko karam chel tabi en ko tin kini che waden bak bai ben irana yop kan kuin dian social media is very wrong tabu we bai bu ga chuk tin ko ka bai ko karam chel ko rum bu ga ko ram chel officers kun ke kan ka ko ba ka ko kaman na cha ko ram chel ba ka ko tin ka cho la jan kun ya ka ta matar jadid min ma buwe matar kan guir ka matar di doli brave ramcha buwe ka kan jok kan ka jok matar na chak to len matar ko ka yuen ba ka moy ruat de tamit che ke settlement ko even ka koi ka ko ke embassies bia je ke pin la ke kap to la ko bia ke kan ka ku ba ka chua bon me ji tu bi ke ga re kujal ko officers kun jal ko na cha ko officers kun ko ja beka bloko su ko bloko abadong ka ya kapro chuman jinja ya kapro city kan Uganda lakin war ware ko jinja chi ka ko ba chi ga ko kule ka cha ko wi enta war chi coi bang cuộc tin bây giờ cô cái mau bây giờ có Kampala lakini kiko loy sura ache ban don't go all city so the same thing should be done. Yeah, the first time bilo la capital ka ye ko capital ye ko if there is wrong ka ko ko long tuida quay cả le ka dong bi chok loy yo chong loy cái ki ga cái qua yik loy another thing the bua ko tin ki investment any investor ba South Sudan ka du ko be ma moy pin da ka juba dak bala moy pin ram che lang services ken ke yat ka tin nya che pin ni na dalla ni na panail or yat ka bar ka za monazama ba du ko chol be ma ni bu ban lu resettle la be headquarters ka be red ko ram che ko ko lom bi bar ka za ko ko lom bi panail ka we ka ikri bana cha gwir investment monazamat ko ka ke ga ye do ka chol be ma re da ka juba embassies ko ka ke ga ye ko ka ke ram che matar do ko ben but lak ba ga but matar de jadid matar de jadid ba ga jok chu ram che da lewe ga ko tin tu ka don duar ka na be itik kunale ite ka bu difference big thing to bi ke wo ja ba lu bia tuk tin big thing and difference ko ha dia pi ke nyin ka abe cher ko yin jam ne ke dia ma bira forest war chi ke den ayo ya wor of tier ma bira forest chi ayo ya wor tier the biggest places a chi wa India tiel den chi ka wi ka bail ko aja lu strike ten war ke le ke no according to the contract dun cha gam ba e cha gam we e cha ai we the only thing to do is to change the laws of the land. In order to change the laws of the land, the rearing in the land of the Kabaka, you will own it for 50 years. Now, in the land of the government, you are allowed to live for 100 years, because they live validated, which in it. And this is how Baganda will lose most of the thing, because I chick loyal and Kaloy Katoya. And the chick evaluate. Capital Chichari and Ken Kogam Kuben Kabalatin be pain. Bikabambana la waja jana German Indian because mostly by then are Indian coolies kujala Arab ake kala nimpin ake kachike wan yuchike kalwa sadro mutin fidaka Uganda okay through this mistake of hanga imporiya men ku kularo pinyai we chirande kawe pingana chiro aiwe ko perot kunai ro aiwe ko perot kamun mabu erir pimbi we kun minimla train kwat kroram chala bu walu ta to ya kolche whether it will take 20 years to bram chal bia capital city, at least you should start. You should start by now. For big generation, balu bena big ya balu ta bia one of the biggest city. Lakini ngon wera da kujuba lu expand ku kai ko ga expansion kan juba. Kwatil kai ko we you rather move. Ko ki jen juba. And because you turn kunyali kawe nalaran charai po dil heaven wale hell chite pandu na ye tek pandu ko tiok chol nyali baba man lu dil otherwise I don't care and che de grandet po che de po kedien chin yam ye tak kena kedien lel kedien chi pian ye gwi kena kedien lel I rather die telling the truth than dying with the lies in my heart. So, that is who I am. You cannot change me. You cannot change me to be what you want me to be. Because I was born to be me. And I will love to be me. And I will always be me and die as me. Nyale, we are awake and have a good night. Bye.